Now at 9, Iran launches a missile attack on Israel. We have the latest.
And the things one Jewish congregation is going to secure this year's holiday. Why they are taking extra precautions this year.
The port strike that may disrupt U.S. shipping continues. How it will affect the American economy.
And over 100 potential civil suits are to be placed in the Sean Combs case. What this could mean for the trial.
And we're tracking cool temperatures heading into Muncie. NewsLink Indiana starts right now.
Local news about local people, live from Ball State Unified Media. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Ava Lenz.
And I'm Braylon Judy.
Israel's military says Iran launched about 180 missiles at the country today.
A U.S. official says the attack was defeated and ineffective.
Iranian media reports Iran said the missiles targeted Israel in response to the killing of Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah and 2 other leaders. The Iranian mission to the United Nations said on social media Iran's response has been duly carried out and warned against retaliation. Dozens of missiles were intercepted, but now it's unclear how many.
We have demonstrated once again our commitment to Israel's defense. We'll remain in very close touch with Israel and other partners in the region.
The Israel military says some missiles made direct impact in central and southern Israel. Tension between Israel and Iran have ratcheted up significantly in recent weeks as Israel has stepped up its efforts against Hezbollah in Lebanon. The militant group is backed by Iran.
Jewish worshippers in one Oregon congregation will face heightened security for this year's high holidays. The 150-year-old congregation Neva Shalom in Portland is implementing advanced ticketing and bag checks. Rabbis are also acutely aware anti-Semitic incidents have risen 63% across the country over the past 2 years. There have been more than 30 reported incidents in Oregon in that time. Nearly 3/4 of religious-related hate crimes over the past 3 years have targeted the Jewish community. Escalating tensions in the Middle East heighten that risk even more.
It may soon be hard to find some of your favorite foods or your next potential car.
Thousands of port workers from Boston to Houston are on strike as of just today.
This could be the most disruptive strike the U.S. has experienced in more than 4 decades. Members of the International Longshoremen Association walked off the job 1 minute after midnight. Among their ultimatums, higher pay and the continuation of its current ban on fully automated equipment. The Anderson Economic Group estimates a 1-week strike could cost the U.S. economy more than $2 billion. Depending on the length of the strike, consumers are likely going to see higher prices from the retailers nationwide.
An attorney says Sean Diddy Combs may soon face new allegations from over 100 men and women who plan to file civil suits against him. Today, Houston-based attorney Tony Busby said his firm and the Ava Law Group have been retained by at least 120 people. He said those individuals contacted them after claiming to be victimized by Combs and other individuals or entities. Busby said some of the cases they intend to file will center on allegations including violent sexual assault or rape, compelling prostitution, and sexual abuse of minors. Combs has been indicted on federal charges including sex trafficking. The embattled media mogul has pleaded not guilty and is behind bars awaiting trial in New York.
A trial date is now set for the man accused of trying to assassinate former President Donald Trump. That assassination attempt happened just weeks ago at the former president's golf course in West Palm Beach, Florida. Judge Eileen Cannon set November 18th for the jury trial of suspect Brian Ruth, that 2 weeks after the presidential election. The Hawaii president is facing 5 charges that include attempting to assassinate a presidential candidate. Ruth has pleaded not guilty. While the trial date is set, it could change if prosecutors or defense lawyers ask for more time from the judge.
An Ohio school district is testing out new technology to help keep students safe in the classroom.
While some schools are using safety badges, the pilot program in Mason is trying out panic buttons. Nicole Point takes a closer look.
At St. Susanna Parish School.
I think it's going to be something that helps a lot of people and saves lives.
They're trying something new to help keep the classroom safe.
We're really sitting on some nice technology that we think could be helpful to schools and help keep them safe.
Every staff member is equipped with a smart badge. with a panic button. Polarum is the company that brought this tech to the table.
This little badge that we use in the hospital, we use for alerting nurses. We found a great opportunity to kind of pivot that into the school environment.
Hitting the button once alerts teachers nearby to help diffuse a low-level situation.
It's wherever the teachers are. They don't have to run to a fire alarm to alert.
If a teacher feels something isn't right, they hit it twice. Every staff member is notified, their badge lights up red. If the button is held down for 3 seconds, the school goes into a lockdown, triggering a call to 911.
I think the biggest part of it is that it gives staff ownership of the process. They can make that immediate call if something's not right.
The safety of students is something St. Susanna School can't ignore.
These badges are very important for that immediate access, the immediate transfer of knowledge. It's continuous.
Because it knows this technology could be life-saving.
If something does happen and police are called, the technology has the ability to track where teachers are in real time.
It's all a proactive measure, but the school is taking everyone's safety seriously.
Well, taking a current look at temperatures, it is currently 60 degrees here in Muncie, 60 in Indianapolis, 56 up in South Bend. Definitely cooler from where we were last night. As you can see here in the temperature change from 24 hours ago, we are 9 degrees cooler here in Muncie. And over in Lafayette, we are as a 12-degree decrease from yesterday. That's a result of a cold front that moved through our area earlier today. That's going to leave us with cooler conditions than what we normally see. And that's part of what I'm tracking my full forecast. We're tracking cool nights ahead, sunny skies for the week, and some dry weather.
Language Night at the Student Center helped shine light on Vietnamese culture Friday. Ball State students gathered at the Student Center this past Friday to learn more about one of the most sophisticated languages in the East, the Vietnamese language. Speaker Sue Nguyen taught fellow students and faculty about what it is like to live in Vietnam, as well as what to use when speaking her native language. The president of the club had this to add.
Yeah, it has been, a great opportunity to learn about, different cultures, give students the opportunity to share about their own culture, their own life experience, their own,
With this club in place, it gives an opening to students from different nationalities to come together and to share and learn what it's like to grow up in different parts of the world. This club meets weekly.
Up next, we have an update on Queen Elizabeth II's health leading up to her death. Stay tuned to find out the details.
And a new law passed in Louisiana changed the status of 2 abortion medications. Find out more coming up on NewsLink Indiana.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Man, it's lonely. Like, going through life lonely.
There is the therapeutic aspect of music, just expressing how you feel. I'm going to talk to Howie about his feelings, make it into a song.
his upcoming memoir, former British Prime Minister Boris Johnson claims Queen Elizabeth II was suffering from bone cancer before her 2022 death. An excerpt from the book appeared in Daily Mail over the weekend. Johnson wrote about his final meeting with the Queen just 2 days before she died, saying, quote, "I had known for a year or more that she had a form of bone cancer, and her doctors were worried that at any time she could enter a sharp decline." This is the first public indication by a former senior government official as to the Queen's potential cause of death. Her death certificate lists it as old age. Buckingham Palace does not comment on books about the royal family and didn't confirm or deny Johnson's account.
New data shows more women in the U.S. are being diagnosed with breast cancer. A new report from the American Cancer Society found cases increased 1% each year from 2012 to 2021. Based on the data, nearly 311,000 women will be diagnosed with invasive breast cancer. This year, the report did have some good news. The overall breast cancer death rate dropped about 44% between 1989 and 2022. That is largely thanks to advances in treatments and early detection. When broken down by race, Black women continue to be more likely to die from the disease, even though they are less likely to develop it. The study was published Tuesday in CA, A Cancer Journey for Clinicians.
A Catholic hospital in rural California is being sued by the state's attorney general for denying a woman an emergency abortion. The lawsuit claims Providence St. Joseph Hospital in Eureka violated numerous laws by discharging Anna Nuslock instead of treating her. Nuslock says she was only 15 weeks pregnant with twins when her water broke prematurely. Doctors told her the twins would not survive and she would face life-threatening complications without an abortion. Because one fetus still had a detectable heartbeat, the hospital would not allow its doctors to provide care. Providence St. Joseph prohibits emergency treatment if it would terminate a pregnancy, even if that pregnancy is no longer viable.
Louisiana's first in-the-nation law lists 2 main abortion medications as controlled dangerous substances took effect today. The medications are mifepristone and misoprostol. Beyond abortion, the medicines are used for miscarriage management, and misoprostol's case, to stop dangerous bleeding after childbirth. Under the law, misoprostol is now required to be stored in a locked box like other controlled substances. Doctors fear that could delay treatment in emergency situations at hospitals. The director of the New Orleans Health Department says that could add several minutes to the process, and minutes can make a difference.
How cool are we going to get tonight? Find out after the break.
As a dad, every day is a challenge. To make sure that the time that I have, I spend with them. It doesn't matter how tired you are, you have to try to teach them. When they learn something new, and you can just see in their faces, it's such an incredible moment. It's those moments that are my favorite.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
When tornadoes touched down in parts of our viewing area, NewsLink Indiana kept you informed days in advance.
You do need to be seeking shelter.
Marginal risk of severe weather.
And days after.
The roof has been ripped completely off of this house,
giving you a first-hand look at the communities affected.
When your neighbors lose their house and you don't, how lucky you are.
The first to alert you of severe weather before it happens. NewsLink Indiana Weather.
Can't believe you're doing this alone. I've done it before. I remember you threw your back out. How you holding up? Hand me that board. Nothing wrong with getting help. I'm good. I did it when Felicia left. I'll figure it out. I know you will, but you don't have to do it alone. That's all I'm saying. If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence? Now you need my help. It can be a real pain sometimes, you know that? Mm-hmm.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Welcome back. It is currently 60 degrees here in Muncie, 60 in Indianapolis, up in South Bend, 56 degrees. So definitely a cooler night than we have been previously. And as you can see here, looking at the next 12 hours, we're going to cool down quite a bit. 57 degrees at 10 p.m. tonight, and then by the time we hit 8 a.m. tomorrow, we're going to be down to 45 degrees. Certainly a big decrease from what we have been seeing, like I said. And as you can see looking at the weather whiplash, 61 degrees was our low last night. Tonight, we're only going to get 44 degrees. That is a 17-degree decrease from yesterday. So the days of 60-degree lows are no longer around. Like I said, 44 degrees tonight with partly cloudy skies. Winds are going to be a little bit blustery, blowing north-northwest at 10 miles per hour with some gusts going up to 20 miles per hour. So if you go outside, you're definitely going to want to take a jacket as it's October 1st and you do not want to get sick already. And like I said, we're going to continue the cooler temperatures, 45 degrees at 8 a.m. tomorrow before we heat up to 62 degrees at noon. And then by 5 p.m. we are at 68 degrees with sunny skies. Those clouds are going to dissipate throughout the day. But again, cooler temperatures than what we have been seeing in the past few days. Let's take a look at the national radar right now and see just why we're going to have such cooler temperatures. This cold front that is currently in central Ohio moved through our area earlier today. We didn't get any rain from it, but it definitely cooled down our temperatures. And this area up in the Great Plains is that area high pressure that's going to give us a lot of clear conditions and not much else over the next couple of days. As you can see here, by midnight tonight, there's going to be just some clouds in the area, and that's going to be our viewing area by the afternoon tomorrow. And then once that high pressure fully moves in, we're going to be just seeing clear skies and not much more than that. So definitely a good weather for those of you who want to enjoy the sun a little bit more before we do get cooler. But one thing that we do have to take note of is the observed precipitation. Obviously, we got 0 inches of rain today, but we usually get 3 inches of rain for the month of October. So we just got out of that drought with the remnants of Helene this past weekend. We're going to have to keep an eye on if we enter that drought again with this lack of rain that we are expecting over the next 7 days. And speaking of the next 7 days, are we in San Diego or Muncie? It is going to be 69 degrees in Wednesday, 77 degrees on Thursday with sunny skies and mostly sunny skies. Not much else. As you can see, 79 on Friday, 79 on Saturday. And then we are going to cool down a little bit as we enter into next week. 66 degrees on Monday, 68 degrees on Tuesday. But take a look at those lows in the mid-40s and mid-50s with lows next week reaching as low as 41 degrees. So guys, I think we have officially entered into wear a hoodie in the morning and regret it in the afternoon season.
Yes, we definitely have, and I know I've made that mistake not once, but twice as of right now. So I don't know, how about you?
I gotta say, now that it's spooky season, I'm ready to break out all the costumes. Maybe not for Halloween. I'm ready to break out the sweaters. I'm ready to break out the pants and everything like that. What do you got planned for Halloween, Ava?
As of right now, nothing much. Just hanging out with my friends, staying in the dorm. How about you?
I sure hope we get some nice weather for that. I really have no plans yet either, but just some nice weather. We usually get cold weather, so who knows.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get some nice weather. All right, well, thank you, Joe. There's a lot more to get on NewsLink Indiana. Jake has a preview of sports.
Thanks, Ava and Braylon. The baseball community mourns a ballpark legend, and one Ball State squad flies high over the weekend. All this and more next in sports.
It's something about having that piece of paper. Some people think that's worth more than my skills.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
You just gotta be so good they can't ignore you.
It's the way my mind works. I have a very mechanical brain.
Analytics and empathy. That's how I've gained clients.
I am more.
I'm more than who I am on paper.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
¿Qué color? Perfecto, mijo.
Gracias. Thank you.
What's wrong, mijo?
Donating to a pet's medical care is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
At night, NewsLink Indiana brings you the news before you go to bed.
But Friday mornings, you're waking up with Cardinal weather, bringing you up to speed on the day's top stories.
And giving you up-to-the-minute conditions from the Ball State Weather Center.
And of course, lots of fun.
I gave mine personality. Look, it's got eyebrows.
Ooh, my lucky glove didn't even work.
But I also am excited for those fall temperatures.
Start your Friday mornings with Cardinal weather, live on the Cardinal Weather Facebook page.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Jake Garcia with sports. The baseball world has lost one of their all-time greats. It was announced late last night that Pete Rose, the all-time hit king, passed away at the age of 83 at his home in Las Vegas. Charlie Hustle, as he was known, played for 24 seasons, amassing a collection of records, including 17 All-Star appearances at 5 different positions, a National League MVP in 1973, and 3 World Series titles. But Rose's biggest accomplishment came in the twilight of his career in 1985, when he broke Ty Cobb's long-standing record of most career hits. Rose would finish his career with 4,256 total hits and ranks at the top in games played and career plate appearances. But despite all these records and seeing several of his teammates inducted into the Hall of Fame, Rose was never inducted himself due to a gambling scandal during his managerial career. Rose leaves behind a legacy shrouded in greatness and despair, and one of the biggest what-ifs in sports. To head over to the court, Ball State basketball prepares to jump into action. NewsLink Indiana's Dakota Atwood headed to Worthen Arena to see how the Cardinals plan to protect the nest.
It's Ball State Basketball Media Day, as Ball State basketball gets started in just a little over a month, as head coach, Coach Lewis, gives his thoughts on where his team is as of right now.
Like I said, I like the pieces. I like what we have. I think we've done the things that we need to do to continue to grow our program, but till you get out there and compete, you just don't know.
New faces put the Cardinals in a similar situation as last season. Senior Mickey Pearson talks about the change in college basketball.
I feel like it's just kind of like what college basketball is becoming. A lot of change year in, year out. Just got to kind of deal with it and adjust to it. But I feel like this year the team's doing well with it.
One new face to some, but familiar face to most, senior center Peyton Sparks is back with the Cardinals after a stop in Bloomington.
You know, for Peyton, it was very different than what he was used to. I think him being back here, you see a very, a high level of comfort from him here. I think he's much more comfortable here, and that's something that he will have to speak to.
That's right. Peyton Sparks is back in the Cardinal red and white. He was not available for media, but you can catch him and others in about over a month. In Worthen Arena, Dakota Atwood, NewsLink Indiana.
To serve it on over to the Nets, this past weekend, Ball State men's tennis took place in a 2-day Cardinal Fall Invite. This invite hosted schools featuring Butler, Xavier, and Bellarmine. Since it's early in the season, the team uses what they have learned from their first meet to carry into the Cardinal Invite, and most importantly, getting the guys prepared for future meets in the coming months. Head coach Bill Richards shares his insight on how they learned from their past and also how they can carry what they've learned into future outings.
Well, we just need a lot of matches. We've had one tournament so far a couple weeks ago that we hosted here. You don't get a lot of opportunities to play in the fall. Our main season is in the winter and spring, so we just need to take advantage of every opportunity and every match, every opportunity to get on the court to try to get better, gain from that experience, and as I said, just try to take advantage of everything. You always want to win. I mean, that's the name of the game. You go out there to try to win. You have pride in yourself, pride in your team, pride in your program, pride in your university. So you go out and compete and try to do the best you can and come away with some good results.
Men's tennis looks forward to their next meet, which takes place on Thursday, October 10th through Sunday, October 13th at Purdue University. And guys, we're just a little over a month until the Cardinals are back in the nest, and I'm really excited for this season. As you heard, we got a lot of guys coming in. Peyton Sparks is back, so it's going to be a fun season.
Yes, and I cannot wait to go to one of the basketball games. I've heard that they are amazing, and I cannot wait to see what our team has to offer.
Basketball season is just the best personally for me. Do you know who they're playing first, Jake?
Absolutely. So at first they're on the road November 4th. They're starting their season off at Georgia State, but then they'll come home and we'll be hosting Franklin College on the 8th of November. So it's going to be a very fun season, a lot of guys. So definitely you want to make sure you catch a game at Worthen.
Really awesome to hear. I can't wait to bring out all my friends and just have a grand old time.
Absolutely. It's going to be a very fun time. And maybe, we'll have a winning season again.
Hopefully.
Yes. Thank you, Jake. Coming up after the break, the resale prices for the brand Coldplay have skyrocketed.
And we have one final look at weather. Stay with us.
Attacks against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders are on the rise.
My simple solution to the problem was remove people from the scene and help them feel safer. In terms of the hate crimes, I think there is so much more work to be done. We really need to come together and tackle this issue as a community.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. The sad reality is fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There's an uproar in India after Coldplay tickets sold out within minutes, then resold for outrageously high prices. Tickets for the British rock band 3 shows in Mumbai were being sold by the official vendor Book My Show on September 22nd. Within minutes, the tickets were all gone. They quickly appeared on other platforms for as much as $11,000. Mumbai police summoned the founder and CEO of Book My Show for questioning over allegations of fraud. The vendor says it has no association with any ticket selling or reselling platform.
North American fans, get ready. Oasis is bringing its highly anticipated reunion to the US, Canada, and Mexico. The band is slated to play in Toronto, Chicago, East Rutherford, New Jersey, Los Angeles, and Mexico City next year. Cage the Elephant will open for the shows. Pre-sale registration is now open on Oasis's website. General ticket sales begin Friday via Ticketmaster. Last month, Oasis announced its reunion tour in the UK and Ireland after a 15-year hiatus. Speaking of Oasis, I cannot wait till concert season. I hope it's warm, nice outside. What do you think, Joe?
I think it's definitely going to be warm. Taking a look at the 7-day forecast, it's going to be sunny skies throughout much of the week. 69 degrees on Wednesday, 77 on Thursday, 79 on Friday. Mostly sunny skies are going to be throughout the week. 50-degree lows are going to be the theme of the week. But again, the 79 degrees, 78 on Sunday. We are going to cool down after Sunday, so likely another cold front will move through. 66 degrees on Monday, 68 degrees on Tuesday, and like I said, those lows are going to be decreasing throughout the week. So definitely great weather for concert season.
Yes, it will be great weather, which is perfect because I know that it does get a little hot out in the beginning of the day, and then as it gets a little bit colder at night, it's very cool. So I don't know about you, Braden. How do you feel?
Honestly, I'm just hoping just for warm weather, colder at nights. You know the drill.
Me personally, I can't wait for colder weather. I love cold weather. It just makes me feel so cozy and so nice.
That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, just go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night and stay safe.